Hi guys, how are we all doing? And welcome back to the next instalment of the How to Build a Business in Euro Truck Simulator 2 series. So, where we left off the last time, we had done a few deliveries and we had managed to make ourselves €18,250. So, just picking up from where we are just now, if we have a look, we currently have two emails sitting waiting for us. So, we have one from Shell, which tells us they are looking for drivers with their own trucks and they offer up to €10,200 per job. So that could be a deciding factor in whether we go for a truck just now or we wait and we keep doing some quick jobs and try and build up the money ourselves without taking a loan from the bank. The other one here is just from Special Transports, just letting us know that there is some large and heavy cargoes that need to be hauled by a true professional, which is us. So there is only two places in Britain where this is available for us, which is Cardiff and Sheffield, which again isn't a problem, but as you can see the majority of them are in Europe. So going back here, we have a skill point that we need to assign somewhere, and just looking through these, I think the best thing for us to do would be just to keep going long distance. If you see here, it says it's going to, if we rank up, it's going to give us deliveries up to 621 miles and a 10% higher reward for delivery distances longer than 466 miles. Again, that's going to benefit us more than the high value and the fragile cargo. I just don't think we're going to get them at this point in the game, just purely because we don't have the distance. I have found in the past that a lot of these high value cargoes and fragile cargoes are going either from Britain to Europe or they're within mainland Europe. So we'll stick with the long distance just now, and hopefully that'll get us across into Europe. So if we have a look at the job market and go to the quick jobs, the highest paid one we have at the moment is Glasgow to Denmark with Trax. So that's given us €12,823. If we buy a truck, we're going to need to take out a £1,000 loan from the bank and pay that back obviously over time. We are only kind of guaranteed up to about €10,000 per delivery, so I think what we might do is we might do a quick job in this Mercedes over to Denmark and see what we can get in Denmark and maybe work our way back up into, not necessarily Scotland, but into Britain anyway. So if we go from Denmark, we can maybe get something down into Germany, through into Belgium, into France, and then maybe back across into London or something like that. So that will build us up a good bit of cash, and hopefully we'll be able to get up into the kind of 150,000-ish region to allow us to buy our own truck. So typical British weather, raining, and again in this Mercedes we don't have a sat nav, so we're going to need to keep the little box there up. So we have the Mercedes Actros, not a bad looking truck, but as it says in the previous video, for a Mercedes I would expect a lot better interior, even though it is a truck, but would still expect something better from Mercedes nonetheless. So if we pull away from here, we'll stick the window wipers on, and the mirror positions are fine, but I think we might just slide back a little bit just to kind of get a better view of the outside of the truck. So what I'll do, guys, is I will stick us into a little time lapse again, because I'm sure you don't want to see me driving all the way from Glasgow to Denmark. So yep, as I say, I'll stick this into a little time lapse and I will see you guys in Denmark. Okay guys, so it's telling me that I need to get fuel here. We only have 92 miles left and we have 630 miles to drive. So what we'll do is pull in here and we'll grab some fuel. Now, I think we are going to need to fill this right up to be able to get to where we need to go. Maybe even need to make another stop again at some point to get fuel. So all we do is we come in and we turn off the engine and we fill it up. So I'm not sure how many litres we'll need to be able to get to Denmark, but 528 litres we've taken and it's 771 euros. So if we start it up, it's saying 756 miles we have left. So we should be okay. Fuel expenses are covered by the employer, so again, no need for us to buy it. Which is the good thing about not owning our own truck. Obviously, if we owned our own truck, we would now be 776 euros down. Although we are going to be making like 12,000 euros or whatever it was for this job, the more money we can save, the better. So yeah, as I say, the fuel expenses are covered, and although we will need to take a rest break at some point, I am pretty sure if we can make it to the ferry on time to get over to Denmark, then that will count as a rest break because of how long the trip is, which means we won't need to stop in Denmark for a rest break, or we won't need to stop before it, hopefully, while we're still in England, to have a rest break before we go onto the ferry, because that will hold us back a little bit. So looking at this, we have 5 hours and 10 minutes until our next rest break, so I'm hoping that it's not going to take us that amount of time to get to Hull. We can check, and once we get on here we'll have a look. So all we need to do to check is if we go onto our map, and you can see here Hull. So if we add a little marker there, it's saying it's going to take us 4 hours to get there, so we won't need to take a rest break. Once we come down, the A11 here will come off, the A1 sorry, will come off and into Hull. We get the ferry over, and then once we come out of the port, we are literally 2 minutes from the port and we will be dropping off. So put this back into a time lapse for you guys, and once again I will see you once we get to Denmark. Okay guys, so that's us now coming into Herning in Denmark, and as you can see we no longer have to take our rest period. That's obviously been taken care of by the journey on the ferry. So we're just pulling into DSV here, which is where we need to drop the load. I think I should have probably took this a little bit wider than I actually have, but it should be okay. Yep. So we'll just reverse back out here before we cause any serious damage to anything. Take this a little bit wider. Because of that little sign there, that's a little bit of a nightmare to try and get round, but should be okay now. So we're doing it just for the plus 40 XP, and we will park it exactly where they want it. So these rear steer trailers can be a bit of a nightmare, but we'll see what we can do with this. Not the worst yard that I've had to park a rear steer trailer in by any means. Some of them can be quite tight to get into, so this one should be not too bad. As you can see, we've got the beacon going on the back there. So straight back at that, and that should be us. So managed to do it in 30 hours and 51 minutes, and we have now leveled up to level 3, just bordering on level 4. We obviously got the trailer manoeuvring bonus for the parking just there. Long distance delivery bonus, we get an extra 577 euros and an extra 185 experience, and the proficiency bonus we got an extra 346 euros. So if we continue on, we have another skill point to use. So the eco driving doesn't really worry us just now, just because we don't have our own truck, we're not paying for the fuel anyway. This just in time delivery, it could help us. Important deliveries unlocked, 3% higher reward for finishing an important delivery and 20% experience bonus. We have transport of fragile goods unlocked, 5% higher reward and 22% experience, and the high value cargo is 5% and higher reward and 18% experience. The ADRs says to substantially increase our income, so what I might do is I'll just do an ADR at the moment and we'll see what that takes us. And we have another email. So another email from the bank. We have credit limit has been raised to 500,000. So if we go on here, we obviously get the 10,290 euros a day, 50,000 is 1,446 euros a day, 100,000 is 2,888 euros a day, and the 400,000 is 5,788 a day. So we could obviously get the 4,000 and the 400,000, sorry, and the 100,000. What that would take us up to is just probably shy of 9,000 euros a day we would need to earn, which is a lot of cash, especially at the moment, considering that we are in Denmark, so that will be the closest city there, and our highest pay is just under 13,000 going to Poland. If you look off we have Hull to Portree, which is just under 19,000, which again, that would be, we'd be left with 10,000 euros after doing that job, which is going to take up a good chunk of the day. If we get 500,000. So what we might do is, if we take the job from Hull to Portree, it's our highest paying one that we're being offered anywhere in the world at the moment. So it's going to take us to Hull, and it should attach a trailer for us. So just under 19,000, and yep, we're back in another Mercedes Actros by the looks of it. Yep. So just the standard Koenigsegg trailer that we have on just now, Mercedes Actros. Again, no sat nav built in, but we will adjust our seating position slightly. I like to be sitting a little higher and bring that down a little lower. So we're all hooked up, we're all ready to go. Hull to Portree says it's going to take us 14 hours and 21 minutes, which isn't too bad. We should have enough fuel to do that. Looking at the fuel gauge there. So we're back on British roads, so on the left hand side obviously. And we'll have a little look. So our fuel level's saying we've got 508 miles, so we will need to stop. We're about 100 miles short on fuel, so we will need to stop at some point, but again, not to worry because the fuel is covered by the people we're doing the delivery for. So what we'll do, guys, again, stick into another little time lapse here so we can get a little bit further on, and once we get to Portree we can make the decision on whether or not we are going to get a loan and buy our own truck, or if we are going to just keep doing the quick jobs, the agency jobs, and try and build our way up to around 150,000 so we can secure our first truck. The only one we have looked at so far is the Scania, because that's the only dealership we have unlocked. There obviously is the DAF one in Glasgow, so we could have a look at the DAF trucks and see if they are any cheaper, just to get started. As I say, prefer my Scanias. I just think they're a lot nicer to drive, and I think they are a lot nicer laid out, especially in the interior. But again, we'll have a little look. It all comes down to money at the moment, just until we get up and we get on our feet, we start getting drivers. Once we start getting drivers, then we can start looking at getting ourselves a better truck and upgrading the trucks for our drivers. Obviously the nicer the truck, the nicer it's going to be for us to drive and for our drivers to drive. So as I say, guys, we'll stick in a little time lapse here, and I will see you guys in Portree. Right guys, so apparently this road is closed. We did see the police car just back there, but did not know that the road was closed. Thought it was just that little part. We obviously can't drive up the slip road the wrong way, so I think the only thing we can do is pass behind the hard shoulder and hope that we can get past. So obviously if this was a real life situation, the police would be going absolutely mental at the moment. It does kind of look as if it's open. Whatever the road was closed for has obviously been moved, so we'll just keep on going. What I might do, as you can see, we're kind of running low on fuel, and we also are needing to take a rest stop. So what I will do is I will pull into these services and we will fill up and we will have our rest stop. So once again, I will see you guys in Portree. folks, so that's us coming into Portree now. This video has went on a little bit longer than anticipated, so what we'll do is we'll part this up, and that will be us for today. Obviously next week we will make the decision on whether we're going to keep doing the agency jobs, the quick jobs, or if we're going to take a loan out from the bank and potentially buy ourselves a truck and upgrade the garage so we can hire another driver. That would be the ideal scenario, where we hire another driver and make a little bit of passive income from that. So as I say guys, if you stayed to the end, thanks very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out massively, and I'll see you in the next one.